FM with me, Winston Amoa. And we're about to have a conversation I'm so interested in. I know you'd love this conversation. Now, we're joined by one man in Cincinnati in the United States of America, launching his best-selling book, From Africa to 1,500 Kroger Stores, My American Journey, in Ghana on the 11th of September. But this book actually chronicles his journey from Ghana to 1,500 Kroger stores. Now, Kroger is the largest grocery store in the United States, and Manny Addo's products are now sold in over 3,000 stores in the United States. His company donates a portion of its sales revenue towards building water wells in Africa. And they've already built the first well in northern region of Ghana, and they've begun the construction of another well this year. Now listen to this. In recognition of his economic development work in the United States, the 30th of October has been declared in Cincinnati as Manny Addo Day. And he's my guest today on the Super Morning Show. Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome, and thank you very much for having me on the show.
And we believe you're doing very well.
Very well as well. Thank you so much.
Great. So before we get into even the conversation about, from Africa to 1,500 Kroger stores, I'd like you to tell us a bit about, your skincare company and the product that you, that is currently in over 3,000 stores.
Thank you. So my skincare company is called True Shea, but our brand is called True Shea. And so that is what we are really known for in the United States, called True Shea.
I mean, as in your skincare product is made from our own shea butter right here in Ghana?
Very own shea butter from a village called Ngani in the northern region, very close to Tamale. We take the products from here, we finish it in the United States, package it, and distribute it in over 3,000 stores in the United States. And we've done business in Canada as well.
Really? And it has acceptance in the United States?
We have had very good acceptance in the United States across all spectrums. So we have the African community accepting it. A bulk of our clients are African Americans. And we also have the white Americans accepting it because of the all-naturalness of the product. As you may know, today all natural is a buzzword and people are moving towards that. So it's really helped us to cut across all spheres.
But this is it, before we get to your book, I just want us to understand something. This is it, right here in Ghana. If you went to somebody, introduced Shea and said, I have a Shea product for you, many people would think, why would I want to use that? But you say this same product that some of us, some Ghanaians, don't really recognize as performing magic in the United States.
And you couldn't have said, you said it even better than I could have, because just to take you back real quick, because it was very important point that you've just raised. When I got into the United States, I was working with a company called JP Morgan in Columbus. A friend of mine invited me to his other friend's house. These are both African Americans. So when we got there about 10 o'clock in the night, the other guy asked me the $1 million question that all immigrants in the United States get when they start speaking. He said, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Ghana." Immediately had my accent. Immediately I said that, he ran to his room. I said to myself, what did I do wrong? All I said was, I'm from Ghana.
Yeah.
He came back with a big ball of shea butter in his hands.
Okay.
I'm like, what is an African American doing in Columbus 10 o'clock in the night with shea butter? He's like, this is what I do for a living.
Okay.
And to your point, I said to myself, I spent a year in the north. Who do we use shea butter? I don't even want to use shea butter. So the next morning, I went online and researched the market size of shea butter in the United States. That's when I realized that, wow, this is a business opportunity.
Wow. I'm happy you're doing that, which means that we can also patronize that right here in Ghana. But let's talk about the book. From Africa to 1,500 Kroger stores. Tell us about, what's in that book, your American journey. Tell us what's in there.
So the book pretty much talked about my humble beginnings in Ghana, how I arrived in the United States, and I want to touch on that a little bit because in as much as we're in 3,000 stores, I've written a book, I'm on cover magazines, I'm traveling, the world speaking. When I arrived in Cincinnati, for the first 1 year, I slept on the floor.
Wow.
Wore 2 pairs of pants. life was extremely difficult. I mean, I was going to go to school. I was almost kicked out of school because I couldn't pay my fees until the Catholic priest came and saved me. I had to leave my house at about 8 a.m. in the morning because I was overdue on rent, and the landlord always came to look for me around 7:45. So by 8 o'clock in the morning, I left. By 7:30, I'm gone before the landlord comes. And I'm in the library all the way from 8 o'clock in the morning, come back to like 12 midnight, make sure that the landlord is completely gone. So at the point when I was getting ready to be kicked out of school, I approached the Catholic priest in my school, went down on my knees and started crying. He lifted me up and asked me to follow him. He took me to the administration block. Sleek old man, I didn't know what I was doing at the time. He asked for my grades. And now I'm in the library 18 hours from 8 to 1 a.m. So fortunately, I had all A's and A pluses.
That's great.
That was when he gave me a $5,000 loan, which changed the trajectory, which is even how I'm even here to speak. So those are the things that I want to bring out to say that progress is not a straight line. There have been challenges. However, in whatever journey you are, the challenges will be there, but you have to persevere and go through.
So, I mean, let me just find out. I mean, you talk about how you almost kicked out of school. How did you, I mean, get to the stage where in Cincinnati there's a Manny Addo Day, which is on the 30th of October?
Thank you again. So Kroger, which is America's largest grocery store, is headquarters in Cincinnati.
Okay.
And so because of the work that I do for them, including we build water wells in Africa in the name of Kroger, they really made me the face of the minority supply program. And so they saw that recognition and they saw the work I was doing in Ghana. And I was also organizing Africa-America Trade and Investment Summits. So 3 years ago, I did one in Cincinnati. Last year, we did the second one. And so I'm bringing people from Africa and all over the world to come and meet in Cincinnati to talk about how to promote trade and investment between Africa and the United States, in the process creating jobs both in Ghana and in the United States. So that was some of the things that the county and the Cincinnati leadership realized and said that given these kinds of work, we think that he deserves a day in his name.
And how long has that been since the institution of the day?
So the institution was last year.
Oh, that's nice.
It's coming up again this year. So this year, inviting all of you can make it over to Cincinnati on the 30th of October of this year. We're going to do the first ceremony of the Manny Addo Day in Cincinnati. But what I'm trying to do is that beyond myself, I'm trying to use that opportunity to showcase Ghana-made products, to showcase the culture of Ghana. So I myself will be dressing not like this, but in true Ghanaian regalia to express our culture and to promote investment between the two continents.
Let's talk about your water wells in Ghana. You have one constructed in northern Ghana, and you're doing another one. Tell us about that.
So the water well, I work closely with my sister, who's my partner, and she leads that effort in Ghana. What we do is a portion of everything that we sell, we bring it into Ghana to come and build water wells. So we chose a village called Ngani, and before we put our first water well in, the residents, especially the women and children, had to walk about 5 miles in the morning to go and get water before they even went to school, like 6-year-old children. And so it kind of struck me, and I'm like, if we could provide water for some of these people, that will cut short their walk to look for water in the morning before they go to school at age 6, I think it would be a noble thing. So that is how we came about that, and we continue to do that work in there as well.
That's good. I mean, you touched on the Africa American Trade and Investment Summit. Tell us more about about that summit that you organize, and where you've talked about organizing the first 2 editions, or the third one be held.
Yes. So the whole idea when I left Ghana to the United States, one of my objectives is to bridge the economic and business gap between Africa and the United States. So what I have done is that during these summits, I bring leaders from Ghana, leaders from Africa, and leaders from the United States to sit down and talk about how do we promote business between the two countries, two ways. Because Africa has a lot of things that people in the United States can benefit from. People in the United States have a lot of things that Africa can benefit from, including investment opportunities. Because there are a lot of people in the US who want to invest in Ghana. So we're sharing that opportunity. And so the first two and the third one is going to happen in October in Cincinnati this year. But next year, we're bringing it to Ghana.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do is that we've talked about this opportunity in Africa for 3 years. Let's come to Africa next year to come and see it.
Great. But so let's talk about the book launch. When is it happening? On the 11th?
So it's 2 days from today.
Mm-hmm. That's on Thursday. Where are we doing it?
So it's at the EcoBank head office. They have a beautiful auditorium there. Okay. That's where it will be held from 5 to 7.
5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Yes.
Is it open to all?
It's open to all.
Okay, so we can just get in there.
Just get in there. Come one, come all.
Thank you very much, Manny. Anything you want to say finally?
Well, what I would like to add to it is that perseverance is extremely important. Whether in business, education, whatever you're doing, it may not be easy in the beginning, but if you stay the course, you will most likely get to a very successful end. So I would like to leave my audience with that.
Stay the course, you get to a successful end. But of course, from Africa to 1,500 Kroger stores, my American journey launches on Thursday at the EcoBank head office building from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. is open to all. So please make sure you're there.